So let's see what the myths are. All right, so that marketing really is writing copy, placing ads, creating brochures or business cards, right? And that's like it. How many of you right? How many people agree that that's when they think of marketing, that's the end all be all, right? And that you are your brand. How many of you have heard, you are your brand, so be a good, well, what happens if you're like a carpet cleaner or you're flipping properties or you sell cannabis, what am I, a weed now? Or do you know what I mean? It's you are not your brand, okay? You need to be creative. How many of you are yes, I'm so creative and I'm so excited that is what I'm told to be? You need to be good at storytelling. How many of you have heard that? You need to be good at storytelling. You need to be extroverted like me. Such an introvert. You'd never know. So you have to be good at all of these things. Anyone noticing? You have to change your entire being if you want to be good at marketing. So what is marketing? Well, it's the process of teaching your customers why they should choose your product or service over your competitors. So we have two clues here that you have to start to notice. We have why, and then why they should choose your product. And inherently in that is, well, what the hell is your product? Do you know what you're selling, and is that very clear to the people? So that's your second clue, is the why and the what. And there's a process that you have to go through. So your brand, when we talk about your brand, this is definitely something that people miss because they think that it represents themselves when it actually represents an identity that the market is receiving. So it's your market identity. It's you leave your house and you put on another hat, and that your brand, you may be your business, you may be the owner of your business if you're in a small business, you may work for a company, but you are not Blessing White, you are not Shoreline Production Videos, you are not that. You just need to, you are the person that is representing that. So your brand has its own identity, which is so important, and we'll see why identity plays into this hugely in a little while. So your brand is, from its own perspective, who is it? Who is your brand, right? Not who you are. What does it do? What do you do? You can personify your brand in terms of who it is, what it does, what you stand for, why they're in business, etc. But you want to not fall prey to the fact that this is representing who you are, because you can do all of these things. You can be very clear about who you are, and that can be very different to the actual product and business or service that you provide. Does that make sense? So people who are experiencing you in front of them, talking to them, saying hi, I'm a mortgage broker, or I sell makeup, or I'm from Blessing White, and I'm a whatever it is, if that's not congruent with what they're expecting the business or the brand to provide or to be like or to personify as, there's going to be an immediate disconnect. Does that make sense? Yeah. There's going to be an immediate disconnect. Totally. So if I came and I was okay, everyone, we're going to learn about brand marketing, and I was whatever, exactly, and I wasn't, that lifestyle, and I wasn't congruent, you'd be you'd be distracted by why I am different to my brand and what I'm talking about, right? So remember, you are always talking about your service and your brand. So when you come to the party, you want to be focused on the person and listening to the clues that they're giving you about what they think, how they value things, what they're dressed like, if they're talking fast or not, if they're using big gestures or not, because that's how you really build rapport with people, not when you're in your own little bubble. That's one of the first little things. You with me?